Welcome everyone, dear brothers and sisters. We welcome you to your channel, The Living Word. Before we start, remember to like the video, subscribe, and activate the bell so you don't miss a thing. Share this video with your loved ones, as this knowledge can literally change a life. Imagine a world on the brink of chaos, wars erupting, nations trembling, and a darkness creeping over the earth. What if I told you these are not random events, but unmistakable signs that the end times have already begun? Tonight, we'll reveal undeniable evidence, events happening right now, that align perfectly with ancient biblical prophecies. From natural disasters to global conflicts, from moral collapse to the rise of deception, every piece points to one unavoidable conclusion. Armageddon is near. Time is running out. The world you know is changing before your eyes. Some will panic. Others will remain blind. But you can wake up, prepare, and understand the truth. This is your chance to see the signs clearly, to open your eyes spiritually, and grasp the urgency of these times. Are you ready to face the reality that prophecy is unfolding right now? The end times, sometimes called the last days, are a period described in the Bible when the world will experience unprecedented chaos, moral decay, and spiritual deception. It is a time when nations clash, natural disasters intensify, and humanity faces both physical and spiritual challenges like never before. The Bible calls it a time of testing and awakening, warning that every event we see today could be a sign that the prophesied end of this age is unfolding. Many people misunderstand the end times. Some think it is centuries away, that prophecy is symbolic or irrelevant today. Others believe it's only about the apocalypse in movies or fiction. But when we examine the scriptures carefully, we see that the Bible provides clear signs, events that can be tracked, observed, and recognized in our own lifetime. Ignoring these signs is dangerous because it blinds people to what is happening right before their eyes. Reference biblical prophecy and historical context. Prophets like Daniel, Ezekiel, and John in Revelation describe these times with astonishing accuracy. Wars, famine, moral collapse, false teachings, all predicted thousands of years ago. Even Jesus himself warned in Matthew 24, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Nation will rise against nation." History shows that prophecy has always been accurate, and today, modern events are matching these ancient warnings in ways that cannot be ignored. We are not living in ordinary times. We are witnessing history unfold exactly as Scripture predicted. Global events as proof. Across the world today, we are witnessing events that are shocking, unprecedented, and deeply unsettling. Wars rage, diseases spread, economies falter, and natural disasters intensify. These are not isolated incidents. They are interconnected signs pointing directly to the end times. Scripture warned us centuries ago that such events would signal the coming of the last days. Wars and conflicts. The Bible clearly states in Matthew 24, verses 6 to 7, "You will hear wars and rumors of wars. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." Today, conflict are multiplying across the globe. In the Middle East, Africa, Europe, and Asia. From the war in Ukraine to ongoing unrest in the Middle East, no region seems untouched. Millions are displaced, and tensions between superpowers continue to rise. These wars are not random. They fulfill the ancient prophecies warning us of global turmoil before the return of Christ. Pandemics and global health crises. Jesus also warned of pestilence in Matthew 24, verse 7. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. Modern pandemics, like COVID-19 and the rise of new diseases, align with these warnings. Hospitals are overwhelmed, economies suffer, and millions face uncertainty. These events remind us that the world is fragile, and prophecy often speaks through the crises humanity experiences. Natural disasters. Earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, and wildfires have increased in intensity and frequency. Revelation 6 verses 12 to 14 describes the earth shaking, seas raging, and the sky darkening. Scientific data shows a clear upward trend in catastrophic events, and many regions are experiencing disasters never seen before. These are not coincidences. They reflect a world destabilizing in ways that Scripture predicted long ago. Economic instability. Global economies are in turmoil. Inflation, rising debt, and market crashes are creating uncertainty for millions. Revelation 18 warns of financial collapse and the fall of powerful nations. When combined with war, disease, and natural disasters, these economic signs show a world struggling under pressures foretold in prophecy. When we observe all these events together, war, disease, natural disasters, economic instability, it becomes clear that we are living in times of unprecedented upheaval. These occurrences are more than news headlines. They're prophetic markers, proof that the end times are unfolding before our eyes. And this is only the beginning, the spiritual dimension. The end times are not just about wars and disasters. They are deeply spiritual. Jesus warned that in the last days, people's hearts would grow cold and many would be led astray. Matthew 24 verse 12 says, "Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold." The signs of moral decay and spiritual deception are as visible today as global headlines. Moral decline. Across the world, traditional values are collapsing. Lies, immorality, and selfishness are increasingly celebrated as normal. Societies glorify violence, sexual immorality, and greed. Even in nations that once prioritized justice and faith, corruption and ethical compromise are rampant. This moral decay is exactly what Scripture warned about, a society turning away from God and opening the door to deception, chaos, and despair. Rise of false prophets and deception. Jesus also warned of deception. For false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. Matthew 24 verse 24. Today, countless voices claim to speak truth, yet they mislead millions. From fake prophets exploiting faith for profit, to leaders promoting lies and false ideologies, spiritual deception is everywhere. People are being guided by appearances and persuasive words, not truth. The Bible tells us to discern carefully. And today, discernment is more important than ever. The impact on humanity. This spiritual blindness causes chaos in personal lives, families, and nations. People follow false teachings, prioritize wealth over righteousness, and dismiss God's warnings. The world is filled with distraction, entertainment, and misinformation, all tools of deception predicted in the last days. Scripture repeatedly reminds us to stay vigilant, lest we fall into spiritual ruin. Call to awareness. The moral and spiritual decline around us is undeniable. By comparing current events with biblical warnings, we can see the unmistakable pattern of the end times. Recognizing these spiritual signs is crucial. It is not enough to watch the world crumble. We must open our eyes, understand deception, and seek truth before it is too late. Israel's central role in prophecy. Israel is at the heart of biblical prophecy. From the restoration of the nation in 1948 to the ongoing conflicts in the region, Scripture repeatedly points to Israel as a key player in the end times. Ezekiel 37 describes dry bones coming to life, a prophecy fulfilled with the rebirth of Israel. Understanding current events in this small yet pivotal nation is crucial for recognizing the signs of the last days. Current events in the Middle East. The Middle East is a hotbed of tension and unrest. Wars, terrorism, and political instability dominate headlines. Nations surrounding Israel, like Iran, Syria, and others, continue to threaten its existence, fulfilling prophetic warnings from Ezekiel 38 to 39 about Gog and Magog. Conflicts over Jerusalem, holy sites, and political boundaries are escalating, and alliances are shifting rapidly. These events align closely with biblical prophecy, signaling that the stage is being set for climactic events of the end times. Israel and global politics. Modern geopolitics cannot be separated from biblical prophecy. Nations are aligning in ways that mirror Scripture. Israel facing both enemies and allies, global powers taking sides, and international organizations discussing peace agreements and control over resources. The Bible warns in Daniel 11 of conflicts between powerful nations in the last days, and today we can see these patterns unfolding in real time. Understanding these political dynamics helps us interpret prophecy with clarity and urgency. Spiritual significance. Israel is not just a political player. It is a spiritual signpost. Its existence, trials, and victories carry profound meaning for believers. Scripture teaches that the destiny of Israel is closely tied to the return of Christ, and ignoring these signs means missing critical markers of the end times. Call to awareness. By studying Israel and the Middle East through the lens of prophecy, we gain insight into the unfolding end times. Every conflict, every alliance, and every threat is a piece of the prophetic puzzle, a clear signal that the last days are closer than ever. The coming of a deceptive leader. The Bible warns of a powerful, deceptive leader who will rise in the end times, the Antichrist. Revelation 13 describes him as a figure who will gain control over nations, perform miraculous signs, and deceive many. This is not just prophecy for the distant future. The foundations of this global deception are already emerging today through political, technological, and spiritual means. Political signs of a one-world leader. We see nations moving toward unprecedented global cooperation, sometimes at the cost of individual freedoms. International organizations and alliances are gaining influence, and agreements are being made that could centralize power in ways Scripture predicted. Daniel 7 describes a powerful kingdom emerging, combining authority over many nations, a clear precursor to the Antichrist's rise. Today's political shifts and globalist agendas mirror these prophetic patterns, showing that a one-world system is slowly forming. Technological signs. Technology is also playing a major role in deception. Advances in surveillance, AI, and digital currencies can enable control over populations in ways unimaginable before. Revelation 13 verses 16 to 17 speaks of a system where no one can buy or sell without allegiance to the beast. Already, governments and corporations are exploring digital IDs and cashless economies, tools that could be used to enforce loyalty and control on a massive scale, fulfilling the blueprint described in Scripture. Spiritual deception. The Antichrist will not just be a political figure. He will be a master of spiritual deception. False miracles, persuasive rhetoric, and manipulation will lead many astray. Jesus warned in Matthew 24, verse 24, that even the elect could be deceived if they are not vigilant. Spiritual awareness is essential to recognize these signs before it's too late. Call to vigilance. Recognizing the rise of the Antichrist and global deception is critical. By staying spiritually alert and understanding prophecy, we can avoid being misled and prepare for the challenges ahead. The world is changing, and the end-time deception is already underway. The signs are all around us: war, disease, natural disasters, moral collapse, and deception. The end times are not a distant prophecy. They are happening now. Every moment we ignore these warnings, we risk being unprepared spiritually and emotionally for what is coming. Wake up spiritually. Jesus called his followers to be awake and vigilant. Matthew 25, verse 13 says, "Therefore keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour." Spiritual complacency is dangerous. Now is the time to open your eyes, strengthen your faith, and discern truth from deception. The world may be falling into chaos, but your soul can remain secure if you seek God's guidance. Reflection and preparation. Take a moment to reflect. Are you spiritually ready? Are you living in alignment with God's will? Preparation is not fear, it is wisdom. Study the signs, pray, and anchor yourself in Scripture. Awareness today can protect you tomorrow. Final warning: do not wait until it's too late. The end times are unfolding before our eyes, and the choices you make now will determine your readiness when events escalate. Now that you've seen the signs unfolding before our eyes, ask yourself, are you ready for these times? Stay spiritually awake, reflect on your life, and seek God's guidance. Subscribe for more prophetic insights to help you navigate the last days. Share this video to alert others and spread awareness. Remember, hope is still alive. Stay vigilant, stay faithful, and prepare your heart for what is coming. If you like this video and want to learn more about good ways to communicate with respect and kindness, then like this video to support the message. Subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Share this video with your loved ones so that together we can spread more kindness. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Tell me in comments what question has ever made you uncomfortable and how you'd like people to communicate with you. See you soon for a new video. Thank you for watching. God bless you.